Padma Bhushan Awardee aro Indian Performing Rights Society laka chairman Javed Akhtar aro dalaka magi Padma Bhushan Shabana Azmi do jwa kali Resemba Jotsomadi meet and interaction session lushe guti Nagaland laka creative community bra hisa lushe. Javed aro Shabana laka meet and interaction session di state laka music composers, lyricists, writers, independent creators, educators, cultural practitioners aro influencers bra hisa lushe. Interaction day creativity, intellectual property rights, artistic collaboration aro desh laga creative industries di landscape potli hua upar kota khurishe. Javed aro Shabana laga meet and interaction session details para saisabo.
Most celebrated lyricist, screenwriters and poet, known for shaping modern Hindi cinema and literature. Javed Akhtar sir first rose to fame as part of the iconic screenwriting duo Salim Javed alongside Salim Javed Khan. Together they wrote some of Bollywood's most legendary films, including Sholay, Diwar, Zanjeer, which redefined mainstream Indian cinema. Over the years, he has received several prestigious honors, including the Padma Bhushan and multiple National Film Awards. He has also been a member of the Rajya Sabha, contributing to cultural and social discussions at the national level. Over her career, she has won multiple National Film Awards and has also received the prestigious Padma Bhushan for contribution to the arts. Welcome once again, Madam.
On behalf of all of us, once again we welcome Javed Saab and Shabana ji to Nagaland, the land of festivals. We know it's not easy to get here. It's this far corner of the country, and you do burn a lot of calories taking that road from Dimapur to Kohima. But we are so grateful, so happy, so excited that you made it, and Nagaland is indeed honored to host you in this historic and iconic Kohima. Welcome to Nagaland again. Aji evening do mohe nervous asde. To be seated, along such legendary icons, national treasures. I'm the one who's most nervous. I don't know where to start, how to start, what to ask.
Let me tell you, interrupt you. Is my mic on?
No, here you go.
Okay, this is what he told us yesterday. And I said, I can promise you, genetically, you are incapable of being nervous. So we do not accept the fact that you are nervous at all. We are extremely nervous ourselves because we know how easy you are with the mic.
Thank you, ma'am. But in Nagamese we say "Kaan lal ho jaye." Your ears are gone red.
मुझे तो नहीं नजर आ रहा, सिर्फ शॉल लाल नजर आ रहा.
So anyway, let's get this going, and I need your help, your participation later. We're going to throw this conversation into the audience because this has to be, a one whole together movement, one whole together conversation where you're part of it, we're all part of this. So, Shabana ji, this is your first visit to Nagaland. Your first impressions.
You know, I've been so excited to come here for so long, ever since Javed Sahab came for the Hornbill festival a couple of years ago. He's been talking to me so much about this, and so I imposed myself on this. When I got to know that he's being invited, I said, I also want to definitely come. And I've had an absolutely stunning experience. I can tell you that you are saying that it was a very difficult ride. That ride is nothing compared to the fact that we take a piece of Nagaland in our hearts when we go back. So thank you for your hospitality and for being even more than everything that we had imagined.
As far as my experience is concerned, honestly, I mean, people say these things out of formality or this is the way you talk, but I mean it from the depth of my heart. It has been a pleasure, and it is still a pleasure, to come to this part of the world. It is not only beautiful, it has beautiful people. People are decent, nice, simple, straight. They say what they mean what they say. They are not complicated, they are good people. And that is the biggest thing for any place in the world. Because ultimately the places are made not only by mountains and rivers and trees and beautiful natural sites, but ultimately what matters is who are the people who are living there. You are very good people. I am convinced about it. And there is so much to learn from Nagaland for the rest of us. We should learn that simplicity, that honesty, that focus. You know, wherever people from Nagaland are working in India, Delhi, Bombay, everybody who has employed them tells me, and it's honestly, that they are the best workers, they are honest, they are hardworking, they are sincere. How lovely it is that the world has this opinion about you, and you take care that it should never change, even reduce to an iota. So it's a pleasure coming here. It's a pleasure meeting such wonderful people, besides listening to such good music. I mean, this place is really so fertile for music. And we have come here, Mr. Nigam, who is the CEO for IPRS. Now, I must tell you a few things about IPRS. It is Indian Performing Rights Society, recognized by the government. This is the only society in the country.
Now, with the discussion we had during the workshop today with the IPRS team and licensing and the establishment of the hub here in Nagaland, I was wondering how, since you've explained it so well, I understand what you're saying. Again, when it comes to the areas of where we have safeguard intellectual property that is cultural, ancestral, such as our songs that has been around for a long time, you know, our folk music, our folk stories and the poems and all those things. How does that play into an era where we're trying to preserve historic treasures and move forward to creating new tunes and the licensing and who owns those properties? Is it the artist who first gets to sign up and get that numbering on that song, or does it belong to the people? That's one. Second question to you, sir, again, is in an era where there's so much of impact by AI and technology, how does one stay true to one's own inner workings as a creative person, and how do you navigate this whole jungle that we all have to walk towards?
I think with our first question, yes, of course, there is something like integrity of art, and there is something like its individuality. But ultimately, art, any form of art, is not a pond, it's not a lake, it's a river. It keeps on changing. You keep on taking influences from different places, and only that language, only that art survives, that is open to take things. The moment we close our doors, So many languages have become obsolete, but only those languages have survived centuries and millennium that kept on taking words from other language, kept on changing themselves with time and so on. And this is true about the art also. As far as the benefit is concerned, I mean, asking IPRS that who should be the gainer. I mean, IPRS is made for this. The basic purpose of IPRS is like asking cricket team of India what game you would like to play. So, this is our cricket. We are there to protect the artist. It is for the artist, by the artist, of the artist. So obviously, I mean, the fact is that if you make a composition, if you make a song, and you see sometimes the compositions are so beautiful and singing is so effective and orchestration is so nice that even if you don't understand the words, the song becomes popular. Sometimes the words are so wonderful that even that music is not that great as the words are, song becomes popular. So there are different tunes, singing, orchestration, words, they are all together, but in different numbers, different elements help more than others. It happens. But we are there to protect the interest of all the artists. So, hamara to काम ही है, that is what we do, that we see to it that if some art is created, the maximum profit or maximum gain should go to the person who has created it, or the people or the group that has created it. That's the work. That too. And we are the only people. IPRS is the only society, registered society by the government that yes, you can do that. Now there are many people who are doing great work, but they are not in focus. They need the attention, they deserve the attention, but they are not getting, because they are not in mainstream. Not at the cost of the quality of their work, not at the cost of their individuality. These two you can have, you can do. This is also a possibility that different we also achieve even at this time. You see, music has taken so many Western influences, Western instruments. So it doesn't mean that we have lost our identity. So the more the merrier, the more influences, but we will select. The artist will select whether he wants to or she wants to accept this influence or not. And even you take the influence or take a certain genre, how you will use it, that is your privilege and your choice. So we should never close our doors to others. We should listen. But ultimately, the artist will decide. And exposure, that is also as equally important as the creativity. You have made the thing. But where it is reached, how many people are aware that you have done such good work? That is also equally important. It should reach them. Many artists, by their temperament, are not the people who will do the marketing. Although with time, I must say that artists are becoming smarter and smarter. But at the same time, there should be some people to help them in this, with good intention, that it should see that it reaches as many people as possible, as many countries and societies as possible.
The question that you're asking is very valid, and in fact, it's the question that Asian actors have been asking of Hollywood for a very long time. They have been saying, why are actors cast only because of their ethnicity? Why can't you be given a profession like anybody else? So for more than 20 years, this struggle is going on. And now in Hollywood, I've recently done a series with Steven Spielberg, in which I was playing Paragonsky, but I was not required to change my accent, to change my face, to do anything. And in that very series, there was a Korean actor, there was an Australian actor, there was a black actor, they were different, and nobody had to give any explanations for their ethnicity. So the same is happening, and a lot of it is happening on the OTT platforms, because now we have casting directors that are casting their net very wide and looking for interesting faces that can match the character. So as long as you know the language, see, the most important thing is the language. If you can learn the language, I don't see that it's going to be a long way that this is not going to become a reality. Recently, Farhan's company, Excel Entertainment, made a film called Boom with a Manipuri young boy as the lead, and it got the BAFTA award internationally. So that in itself has opened up a lot of curiosity that, all right, let's look east, let's look northeast, let's look all over India. So I think what you are hoping for is soon going to become a reality.
I mean, two sides to it. One, that people from different parts of India is also almost like a continent, you know, there are different cultures, different languages, different faces, and so on and so forth. So, if a film is made in a particular language, obviously we can work in that film only if we know the language. And people who have known the language or familiar with that language have worked. Danny is from Sikkim. Mala Sinha was from Nepal. But they worked and they were big stars. Not that only they worked in the film, they became major stars. But there is another element. One, that some people learn the language in which pictures are made in Bombay, and they work there. There is another factor which is perhaps even more important, that film should be made in every language, because that language represents not only a region but a certain culture, certain tradition, certain value system and so on. So we should think in terms of, suppose tomorrow, that Nagaland makes film, not very big budget pictures, because today subtitles are accepted all over the world, and that good cinema goes, like she gave an example of whom it was made in which state? Manipur. And it won BAFTA award. So it is possible that you develop, and we can be of any help or contribution, we are always there. You develop a small film industry, make pictures in the language.
The people here, but what was your first impression of Nagaland, the Nagaland's tradition and culture?
I had come during Hornbill Festival. And a friend, her name is Padma, she was in NFTC. And that is where I met her, I had done some work for her, and she invited me. I met some wonderful people, ate wonderful food, listened to wonderful music, and good people, lovely people. And I would like to come here as often as possible.
Sir, also another question is that do you see in the future in the Bollywood film industry that Nagaland is also contributing with
Why
the
not?
stories?
Why not? The problem is you see, languages are meant for communication. And more often than not, language becomes the hindrance of communication, because there are so many languages. Nobody can learn all the languages. But I suppose Nagaland itself slowly, it will happen, it is inevitable, will develop its own film industry also. So today now so many films are made in different parts of the country, in different languages, and they are subtitled. And now subtitle is to a great extent accepted. So this picture, Boom, which was was produced by my son, and it got after award. I think it should encourage so many people here. The young people should make film. Should be a small budget film, and keep not only Indian market but the international market. And there are many BAFTAs and Oscars should come to this part of the world. Why not?
Thank you so much for your time, sir. And I hope you come back again like you promised you'll be coming.
I
to
promise you, you don't have to hope. I will,
Alright.
if I'm alive.
Sir, one message to the people, to the upcoming artists and the director of Nagaland.
Particularly writers, I'll say, read as much as possible. You see, sometimes what happens that we get into some kind of inbreeding. You learn music by the popular music, but the popular music is already there. What new you will bring to it if you are learning only from that? I'm not saying don't learn from that, but you should have other sources also. Some people think learning classical is not important because I want to get into popular music. But it is like saying that Lata Mangeshkar could be Lata Mangeshkar who sang only film songs for her without knowing the classical. It's not possible. Particularly for writers, I think they should read classical, but not only classical. Because classical literature can make you older before you should be. It makes you very serious. So at the same time, to balance that, you should read light literature, thrillers, romantic novels, so on and so forth. So I say Tolstoy or Dostoevsky or Chekhov are as important, or say Hemingway. As Dennis Robbins and James Hadley Chase, read all kind of literature. Don't read only heavy literature. But you will learn so much. You need big input before the output. Intake, not input. That's what I feel.
Thank you so much, sir.